Okay, I've got 11 hens, and for a couple of months, 2 or 3 months, I was getting anywhere from 0 to 2 eggs a day out of 11 hens. They're not old. They're approaching 2 years old, but probably not there yet. So they should be in their prime, 1.5 to 2 years old, and just was not getting the egg production. So a guy came over and bought my sheep. He raises chickens. I asked him what to do, and he gave me some great advice that has worked. He said, first of all, you have to shock them. Well, we don't shock them with that. Okay, that's really not how to do it. Let me tell you how we shock them. What he said do was to take them off feed for 24 hours and make them hungry, and then buy some 28% game bird feed. This is 28% game bird crumbles. Very high percentage, and I fed them that for about I fed a full sack of it, full 50-pound sack of it, and egg production increased well enough to where I bought another sack of it, and this is my second sack, and I'm about halfway through it. He said give them a 28% game bird feed. They need the protein. They need the extra percentage of protein, between 16 and 28. Now, when I took them off feed for 24 hours, I actually did it for 36 hours. I took their feeder away at about noon one day, replaced it early in the morning 2 days later. So they had one full 24-hour day without feed, and about a half a day without feed that first day I took it away. But there's some residue. There's always some residue underneath. I knew they were going to clean it up. That's why I did more than 24 hours. So anyway, did that. Started feeding the crumbles, the game bird crumbles, and here's my results. This is something I need to do a video on. My new best nest box. I love it. So let's look and see what they left us today. Holy moly. All right, there's 5, and I got 1 that's too dang stubborn to get in the box yet. She's on the ground there. So that's 6 eggs out of 11 in the winter. I taped some fake eggs up here, taped a fake egg up in there to spur them on. I need to take those off now. I cleaned out their pen, their roost, where they roost. Here's where they roost, on that pallet there. I have a video on that pallet roost, and I also put their light on a timer. So their light's on a timer, and their electric fence is on a timer. Light timer, electric fence timer. The timer comes on about 2 hours before dusk and comes on about 2 hours before daylight. So it gives them about 14 to 16 hours of light. Now, when it gets dark outside, they go straight to the roost. They don't play around. That light don't mean nothing to them. But he said it would kind of confuse them. So anyway, we're confusing them. But shock them with a day without feed, 24 hours at least without feed, and then hit them with some game bird, 28% game bird feed, and then go back to 20% lay mash if you can find it, or lay pellets if you can find the 20%. My feed store does not sell 20%, so what I'm probably going to do is mix the two. Mix the 28, mix the 16% that I can get from him, and because the game bird feed is more expensive. So that is how I shocked them into giving me much more eggs. And in case you don't know about this best nest box, here's what happened when a hen lays an egg. It rolls down. No poop. No problem. I gotta show you the best nest box. Alright. Alright, I think we're done. Spur your chickens on to laying, especially this in the winter. Oh, and I did worm them also with some Wazine, I believe it's called. I'll put that name on the screen right about now. I cleaned out their roost, under the roost, put new shavings in, and I think that all three of those, especially the game bird, especially shocking them and doing the game bird feed, that's what did it. So I'm getting eggs now. I had to tell my people that was getting eggs, I just didn't have any. So getting them now. All right, we're gone.